Good morning, language warriors. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Sunday, and it's September 10th now. 9:19 a.m. here in Cincinnati, and it is officially fall. It feels like fall now. The weather has turned a little bit more cool outside. The temperature right now is only 17 C, which is 63 Fahrenheit. So it is turning into a nice, cool fall season, which is one of my favorite seasons. So I'm looking forward to that. Hello, Flavia. Hello. Hello, Justin and Sandra. Bom dia to my friends in Brazil. Hello, is it Chaitanya? Hello. Hello, Fluke. Hello, Giuseppe and Isel. Hello, Miroslav. Hello, Marcia and Justin. Hello again, Ornella. Good to see you. Hello, Abdallah. Hello, Belen. Nice weather in Italy. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad that the weather's getting better there. So welcome to my live stream. This is English Origins. English Origins. This is my Sunday live stream. And on this live stream, what do? I'm going to teach you about where English words come from and why you should know that. Why learning where the word comes from can teach you a lot of useful information about that word. Whoops. Gotta be careful with my knees, banging the computer here. With my white shirt, it's hard to read the chat. Uh-oh. Do I need to go change? Uh-oh. Well, I hope it's not a big problem. Yes, Justin, we will get started in just 1 minute here. I do. It's gonna today's live stream should be pretty interesting. I have some really interesting words to teach you about today. So hopefully you will enjoy it, and it should be fun. There were so many words that I learned about just recently. So we're going to talk about that here in just a few minutes. We will get started soon, Justin, I promise. Hello, Mr. Science. I'm fine. The weather's pretty nice if you like cool fall weather. I need to find a day to go fishing. Maybe I should do that tomorrow. Maybe after I finish teaching tomorrow morning, I might go fishing if the weather is nice. Will we connect today? Bach, I think you mean, can you come on stage today? You can on my next live stream. Yeah, on this live stream, maybe I might have somebody up, but usually I have to teach so much that there's no time. But yes, on my second live stream today, definitely I have people on the stage. Okay? I have something fun planned for my second live stream today. I found a really, really interesting new tool that can help you with your English and your reading. I'm kind of excited to try it. Lynn is a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman, but I like to go fishing. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I'm not very good at it. I'm not a pro or anything like that, but I enjoy going out into nature by myself and spending some nice, quiet, peaceful time fishing. So, how many of you are new? Do we have any new people here? Bach and David are new. Who else is new? Alvin is new. Okay, hello. Hello, new people. If you don't know me, hi. My name is Teacher Mark. I am a teacher. That's why it says Teacher Mark. Okay? And I do many live streams on Hello Talk every week, between 3 and 10 a week. I do at least 3, but sometimes as many as 10 live streams a week. I have about 53,000 followers here right now. About 53,000. Why? Why do I have that many followers? Because I try to be serious about what I do here, and I try to be very helpful. But, I am a teacher, so you have to follow me. That's the way it works. Okay? Especially since I'm not being paid. You have to do it the way I tell you, not the way you want me to. Okay? So, here's the deal. We're going to go ahead and get started with our topic today. But yeah, please follow me if you find this interesting, and please share if you enjoy it. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this word. Etymology. Etymology means the history of where words come from. Like, where does this word come from? How is it created? And many people don't know anything about etymology. Most Americans, most native speakers, don't really know very much about etymology. But it can be really, really helpful for non-native speakers, because it really helps you to understand the meaning better, which will help you to remember the words better. It'll help you understand the pronunciations better. Sometimes it helps you to understand the spelling and maybe remember the spellings better. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. And today I have a very interesting story. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi to make sure that we're on the right connection. There we go. So I have a very interesting story. We're going to talk about Scottish words today, Gaelic words mostly. Okay? Scottish words are very interesting, and there are some very, very, very interesting, fun stories that we're going to talk about. Joy. I use Beyerdynamic DT770. Beyerdynamic DT770s. Excellent, excellent studio headphones. These are professional headphones for musicians. So these are actually designed to be worn in the studio. And when you're a musician in the studio, you have to wear headphones for many, 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 many hours. So they have to be very comfortable and sound good. And these do. These are very comfortable and they sound really good. So, and one other thing that I love about these is when you buy nice headphones, if you need to fix them, you can buy parts to fix them. So, for example, you can see that the inside of mine are kind of old now and they need to be replaced. So I ordered a replacement for, I think, about $30. And so I'll get some new clean pads, ear pads, and foam for the inside. When you buy nice ones, you can replace the parts instead of just buying a brand new one every time, which is nice. So, okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So we're going to start with a very simple, small word. We're going to start with the word to rob. To rob. What does rob mean? What does the word rob mean? That's right, Rose. To rob means to steal something from someone or some place. Okay? So, for example, if you steal something from a person, you know, maybe you have a knife and you tell them, give me your money, you are robbing them. Or we also use the word rob when we talk about bank robberies. A bank robbery means you try to steal money from the bank. Okay? So anytime you try to take something by force from someone, that is a robbery. Okay? But this word comes from Scottish history. This word comes from Scottish history. For many years, there were many fights in the UK. So now we call it the UK, right? The United Kingdom. United means together. Kingdom, that's all of the land of the king. Okay? But a long time ago, they fought a lot. And they were not friendly. Okay? So the Scottish people, they said, well, my land is here. But the English people said, no, my land is here. And so they argued about who had whose property was this? Is this my land or is this your land? Okay? So they had a bunch of families in Scotland. And some of those families' names were this. The one family name was Graham. And there was another family name that was Beatty. And another family name was Armstrong. These three family names, these three families, they were the most popular, or I should say infamous, the most infamous robbers in Scotland. They were robbers. Okay? Why were they robbers? Because they thought they owned this land. So if you think that you own this land and somebody's cow comes onto your land, that's your cow now. So they used to go and maybe say, okay, well, you have some property over here, but that's on my land. So I'm going to go steal the stuff that you have. I'm going to steal that stuff because that's on my land. Okay. Bad connection. What's the problem? So they had a bunch of people in Scotland that were called the Reivers. The Reivers. The Reivers. And the word reeve, to reeve, also means to rob. Okay, to reeve means to rob. Okay, and so they called these families that lived in these areas of Scotland, the areas that England said, this is my land. Well, the Scottish people said, this is my land. So they used to fight a lot. Okay, and the Scottish people were called reivers, the Reiver families. Do you guys know who this is? Do you guys know who that is? Who is this person? Neil Armstrong. Who is Neil Armstrong? That's right, Natalie. Yeah, Neil Armstrong was the first American to step on the moon. Yeah, that's right. Okay, first dude to go to the moon. Okay? So he's really famous, right? And he's from America, but his name is Armstrong. So that means that his family actually came from Scotland. And one day, he wanted to go visit his family town, the village or city or town where his family was from. Neil Armstrong wanted to go to Scotland to visit and see, where does my family come from? Okay? And when he went there, they showed him a law. They showed him a law that was written down 400 years ago. They had a law 400 years ago. In this law, it said any Armstrong found in town should be hung. This is a 400-year-old law, and they said any Armstrong found in town, anybody from the family of Armstrong, if they find them in town, you should hang them. Why? Because the Armstrong family, they were considered one of the most famous or infamous robber families. They were robbers. They used to steal things. They were known in England. They were the worst stealers. They used to steal stuff from the English people all the time. If you were from the family named Graham, Beatty, or Armstrong, those were the three biggest families, Scottish families, that used to steal things from the English. So they used to fight a lot, okay? And that's why they made these laws that said, if you find an Armstrong, just kill him, because they're all bad. That's what they used to say, okay? And so, yeah, there were a bunch of words that come from Scottish, a bunch of English words that come from Scottish, like the word rob. To rob means to steal things from people, right? And to reeve and to rob means to steal. So do you know this word? What is that word? Retrieve. What does retrieve mean? To get back what is yours. And English freak, do you notice in the word retrieve, you can see there's also the word reeve. Reeve means to steal. So to retrieve means to get your things back from the person who stole them. Okay? Yeah, I never noticed it before either. I never noticed that one before either. But yeah, the word retrieve means to get something back from somebody who stole it from you. So the word reeve means steal. So retrieve means to steal back, to take back the things that were yours. Okay? And there are some other interesting words. Let me pull up my paper here. Hold on. Where was that other one? Here we go. What about this word? What about this word? Bereaved. Do you know the word bereaved? This one is not very, very common, so you might not know this one. What is bereaved? Ira, you said, I retrieved my phone from that person. Is this sentence correct? Yes. But the word retrieve, now the word retrieve just means to get something back somehow, to get something back. It doesn't really mean to get something back from somebody who stole it from you. It just means to get something back, right? So for example, do you know the dog? There's a dog, very famous dog called a golden retriever. A golden retriever. You guys know that beautiful dog, the golden retriever? My dog is part golden retriever. A golden retriever, to retrieve, means to bring back. So there are some dogs that are called retrievers. Why? Because when you went hunting, if you shot a bird, they would retrieve it for you. They would go get it for you. Okay, so the word retrieve now just means to get something back somehow. But originally, the meaning was to get something back from somebody who stole it from you. Okay, so the word bereaved, everyone, bereaved means that you are sad because someone died. Bereavement, okay, is sadness because someone died. Okay, so bereaved. And again, if you look at the word bereaved, it sounds like the word reeve. It's not spelled the same, but the sound is the same, right? To reeve means to rob. So think about it. Bereaved means someone died and now you're sad. Right? So, don't you think that sometimes when people were stealing things in these fights, maybe some people died? So the Scottish people said, this is my land, and the English people said, no, this is my land, and they used to fight a lot. And when you fight a lot, some people die. So to be bereaved, originally, the original meaning was sadness because someone died, probably because they were trying to steal your stuff and you were fighting them. Okay? Or you could say they did steal something from you. They stole your life. They stole your life, to be bereaved. All right? So yeah, there's another interesting word there. The word bereaved is a word that comes from Scottish history because they had so many fights that many people died. And so they were sad. So the word bereavement and bereaved, comes from the feeling of sadness because someone died, right? And what about this word? What is that? What is blackmail? Let's see. What are the answers here? It says, Hero says, when someone tries to get money from you or make you do what they want by threatening to tell others. That's right. Yeah, so blackmail is when you say, if you don't do this thing, then I'm going to do this. That's essentially what blackmail means, right? So maybe you know about something that they don't want to tell anybody, and you say, "Oh, but if you don't give me some money, then I'm going to tell everybody your secret." That's blackmail. And that word also comes from Scottish history because in northern England, there used to be some Scottish chieftains, the chief, the leader of this family. And they used to run what they called a protection racket. Protection racket, it's like a mafia thing. It's like a gangster thing where they used to say, well, you live here and you don't like it when people rob you, right? Well, if you give me some money, then I will protect you and make sure that nobody robs you. But they're the ones doing the robbing. So, yeah, it's just like in the TV show The Sopranos. If you've ever seen the Sopranos TV show, they used to go to a business and they would go to the business and say, hey, you got a really nice business here. It would be really terrible if somebody destroyed your business, right? That would be bad. You should pay me some money, and then I'll protect your business so nobody will hurt it. But what you're saying is, you are telling that person, give me money or I'm going to hurt your business. That's what blackmail is. Okay, and so, yeah, this term, the word black a long time ago used to mean tribute. Tribute. Tribute means to give money to somebody because you think they're special or important somehow. Okay? So tribute means money that you want to give or that you are required to give. In order to pay respect to someone. Okay? So blackmail was when they would come to you and dun dun da 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 dun dun da da dun dun da 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 dun da da dun dun da da. Ooh, I'm back. Okay, sorry. A little waiting music for you while my camera comes back. What's going on? There we go. That's right, girl from Ipanema. So yeah, the word blackmail. The word blackmail is, the word black used to mean rent or tribute. And yeah, they used to say, hey, give me some money and I'll protect you. If you don't give me some money, then I'm going to attack you. Okay? So there we go. There's another word that comes from Scotland, and it comes from this fight that they always had between the British and the Scottish. Okay? But there are more words that are coming. Wait. What about this word? One moment. So here's how bad this was. These Reaver families, right? These Reaver families they were robbers. They would steal things from you, right? And they were hated so much in Scotland. They were hated so much that the Archbishop of Glasgow, he's the leader of the religious church in Scotland. The leader of the church, he had a great curse. He hated these people so much that he said he hoped that they would be swallowed down to hell. They read this thing in front of every person in the country and said, I hope that all these families go to hell. It's really bad. That's how much they hated these people. And yeah, they used to kill them if they saw them. So what about this word? Do you know this word? This word is not a very common word. Trod. Do you guys know the word trod? Porfirio? No, I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Could I please put blackmail in a sentence? Iman? Sure. The man said that if I didn't give him $100, he would show my girlfriend a picture of me together with my ex-girlfriend. He is blackmailing me. He is blackmailing me. That means he told you, if you don't give me something, I'm going to do this. So he said, if you don't give me $100, I'm going to show your girlfriend a picture of you with your ex-girlfriend. That's blackmail. Okay? Okay, I know I see many people that have other questions for me, but no, I'm sorry. I am the teacher. I'm teaching my class. You have to listen to me. It's not time for you to ask me questions. It's time for you to listen and learn. I'm teaching. No, you can't come join me. Listen, I'm teaching. Grr. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. So the word trod. Trod means to walk. So maybe you know the word tread. To tread comes from the word trod. The word tread comes from the word trod. That's right, this is not a democracy. A good classroom is never a democracy. So yes, trod and tread are related words. Trod and tread are related words, okay? And to tread means to walk or to go that way, right? So if I say, well, in America, we have a famous flag. There's a famous flag that says, don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. It's a flag that means don't walk on me. Don't walk on me. That means don't abuse my rights as a person. So don't tread on me is an American phrase that means don't abuse my personal rights. Okay? But the word tread means to walk on, right? And we were talking about the robbers, right? And sometimes the robbers, these Scottish robbers, would come and they would steal your stuff. Okay? And what would you do? If the robbers come steal your stuff, then what are you going to do? If the robbers come steal your stuff, what are you going to do? If robbers come steal your stuff, what are you going to do? You're going to fight back, or you're going to try to get your stuff back, right? So if they come steal your stuff, then you want to go get your stuff back, right? Well, in Scottish law back then, if you wanted to, if someone stole your stuff, you were allowed to go steal it back. If you went to go steal it back right away, right? So maybe they just stole your stuff yesterday. Yesterday they came and they stole your stuff, and now you're mad. So you want to go steal their stuff. If you do it right away, if you do it almost the next day or in the next week, that was what they called a hot trod. A hot trod means right after they steal your stuff, you're going to go try to steal it back. But maybe you will wait a long time, months or years later, and then you go steal your stuff. That was called a cold trod. So if you went to steal your stuff back immediately, that was called a hot trod. If you didn't go steal it back immediately and you waited till later, that was called a cold trod. And that was the legal way to deal with this kind of thing. What is the difference between threatening and blackmail? Rose, blackmail is a kind of threat. Okay? A threat is anyone who says something to you that is about risking your life or your injury, right? So a threat to you is something that is a risk of damage or risk of life to you, okay? Risk of loss, damage, or life to you, okay? So a threat is a bigger term. Blackmail is a kind of threat, okay? That's right, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. We say that too. Not many people try to follow that rule anymore, but yes, okay? So, so there's the word trod and tread. To tread means to walk, right? So it comes from this same story, okay? And there are some other words here. Wait a minute, let me find them. Let's talk about some other words that come from Scottish history. Whoops. There we go. Like, what about this word? Clan. What is a clan? What is a clan? Nope, it's not the word clean. Yeah, that's right, Mary. A clan, it originally meant a family. Okay, so the word clan in Scotland, it meant your family. That's your clan. Okay, that's your clan. And they had many different clans that would fight against each other. Okay, and so the word clan means your family or your offspring or your stock. It just means your group. Now, the word clan means any group. Okay, so if I say, yeah, you and your clan, you need to go someplace else, that means your group, you need to leave. Okay, that's the clan. All right, and what about the word glamour? This one is very interesting. Are you ready for a very interesting word? How about this word? What does glamour mean? Can I write it in the chat? Sure. Clan, C-L-A-N, clan. Clan means a group of people, but originally it meant a family. A Scottish family, in this case. What does the word glamour mean? Misaki says it's an attractive or exciting quality that makes certain people or things seem appealing. That's right. That's right. That is the modern definition of the word glamour. But the original meaning of the word glamour in Scotland, the word glamour meant magic or enchantment. To enchant someone, chant actually comes from the word that means to sing. So to be enchanted was like someone would cast a spell on you, and now their magic has enchanted you. Okay? Now you are enchanted. Okay? So the original word, though, glamour originally meant magic, okay? But can you think of any word in English that sounds very similar to the word glamour? Is there a word you know that rhymes with glamour? Bellen's got it. The word glamour and the word grammar are related. So the word grammar, what does grammar mean? Yeah. Originally the word glamour meant it meant magic or scholarship. So, the word glamour meant magic or scholarship, right? So the word grammar actually means somebody who learned a lot. But the word grammar and glamour are related. They come from the same word. So, someone who studied a lot of grammar, they know a lot. And so it's almost like magic. Right? So, yeah, charm is another way to put it, Misaki. That's another way to put it. That's exactly right. So, the word glamour and the word grammar are related. It's so funny. Grammar and glamour. Glamour meaning magic, grammar meaning learning. Yeah, that's right. So, originally it meant occult learning. Occult means like what's the best way to describe occult? Occult means kind of dark magic type things. You know, things that were considered evil and mystical in some way. Okay? So, originally the word glamour was talking about magical learning, but the word grammar just means learning. Yeah. It just means scholarship, to be smart. Yeah, that's where the word grammar comes from. Okay? What about the word... Let's find another good word. Here we go. Gumption. Do you guys know this word? Gumption. Yeah, gumption is not a word that many people know. It's definitely not a very common word anymore. But gumption means, it means common sense or awareness, okay? Like a practical understanding of something is gumption, right? So the word gumption comes from the word gom, means attention. It means to have attention. And let's see. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So the word gumption comes from a Scottish word that just means to have attention, right? So gumption means common sense or shrewdness. Okay, gumption. So you can say he has a lot of gumption. That means that he's a very smart, common sense person. He knows common sense very well. Okay? Yeah, that's right, common sense. I already did write this word, gumption. Pay attention. I do write the words in the chat. Okay, so gumption is there. All right, let's go to one more word that's a funny word in English. We don't use this word very much, but it's a fun word to learn. What about this word? Do you know this word? Gumption is not something that you be. Gumption is something that you have. Okay, Manel? So you can say, I have gumption. Okay? What does we mean? No, not that we. Yes, Bellin, we means tiny. Yeah, we means very tiny. And we is a Scottish word. They used to say, oh, look at this little wee thing. Aren't you just a little wee thing? Aren't you just a little wee thing? Means, oh, you're so small. You're so tiny. And it's a funny little word. I like that word. Wee. Just a wee thing. Yeah, you've heard it in movies many times, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. What about the word plaid? Do you guys know that word, plaid? What is plaid? Plaid, everyone, is this. Let me show you plaid. Have you ever seen anyone who has this on? Something that looks like that color? Like that mixture of colors? Okay, or maybe like this one. This is called plaid. That's called plaid. Okay, where does plaid come from? Plaid comes from the word in Old Scottish English, Gaelic. It means ply, which means to fold things. Okay, so the way they make this, the way they made that pattern is there was a lot of folding involved. So that's where this word comes from. And have you ever seen a Scottish person? Look at this. What is he wearing? Yeah, it's not called a skirt. It's called a kilt. It's called a kilt. Okay? That is a kilt. Kilt. K-I-L-T. Kilt. And a kilt is a traditional Scottish kind of clothing for men. Men would wear them. They're not skirts. It's not a skirt. We definitely do not call it a skirt. We call it a kilt. Okay? Quilt is a different word. No. Quilt sounds the same, but a quilt is a kind of blanket. It's a kind of blanket that's made from many pieces of blanket. That's a quilt. Kilt is different. Okay? Do I want to wear a kilt? Yeah, I've always wanted a kilt. Yeah, I have. I would love to wear a kilt. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. So, the kilt is traditionally made with plaid material. And again, this word plaid comes from Gaelic, and it just means the word ply or fold, to fold something. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Any other words? Well, the word golf. Do you guys know golf? Golf is Scottish. That's a Scottish game. It comes from Scotland. That's why they have all those hills, and they used to play it in Scotland. Yeah. So, the word golf also is Scottish. Okay, I know I had another good one here. Let me find it here. Here's some good ones. What about this word? Hooligan. What is a hooligan? Hello, Lillian. Good to see you. Yeah, Josh says a hooligan is a football supporter. Well, that's the word we use now. Yeah, that's a hooligan now. When you think soccer hooligan or football hooligan, and it means a football supporter. But originally, a hooligan was just any person who was acting like making trouble. Anyone making trouble was a hooligan. If you were causing trouble someplace, then you were a hooligan. So when I was a boy, we didn't know there was no soccer hooligans yet. That was not created yet. The word hooligan just meant a troublemaker. So maybe you would hear somebody say, maybe the police would say, is there a problem, sir? And you could say, well, there are a bunch of hooligans over there making trouble. Okay? No, skinhead is different. No, skinhead is a very different thing. A skinhead is no, that's a little different, Joff. Hooligan just means a person that causes trouble. Anybody who causes trouble is a hooligan. So maybe I'll call some of my students hooligans. If I have a few students that are causing trouble in class, maybe I'll say, hey, don't be a hooligan. Don't be a hooligan. Okay? It just means a troublemaker. That's all it means. A troublemaker. Anyone who causes any trouble is a hooligan. Okay? Yes, now when we say the word hooligan, we always think of football, soccer, right? But the original meaning doesn't mean soccer. The original meaning just means troublemaker. Troublemaker. Yes, Qatar and Noradine, I did see your message, and yes, I'm very, very sad to hear about the earthquake that happened in Marrakesh. I know it's crazy and terrible. So, yeah, I'm very sorry to hear about that. And I hope things will be better soon. Okay? Bella, golf is a game. Bella, golf is the game that you play. I forgot how to say it in Chinese. 中文怎么说 golf. 大家帮我 golf. 中文怎么说 Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. Gaoxing, that's right. So, golf is this one, right? So, that game was created in Scotland. Okay? Gaoerfu, that's right. Yeah, Gaoerfu. I forgot, not Gaoxing. Gaoerfu. Okay. And let's do another word. What about this word? Phony. Phony. What does phony mean? Anyone? Phony? What does phony mean? Phony means fake. Yeah, phony means fake, not real. Okay? And the word phony comes from, there was a Scottish word, phony. This word, phony, phony. Phony was a ring. A phony was a ring, and it was a cheap ring made with cheap metal. Okay? And many people would try to sell these cheap rings made with cheap metal, and those cheap rings were called phonies. So the word phony became phony, and it means something cheap and not real, not the real thing. Okay, so phony was a ring. A phony was a ring. You could say, I bought a phony today. And that means a cheap ring made with cheap metal. Okay, but the word phony, now we get that word. I think that's a pretty interesting one, right? What about this word? Oh, good Lord. Here we go again. Bum bum ba da ba dun dun da da dun da ba da da dun dun da da ba dun da 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 dun dun da da da. When my camera closes, I have to sing. What is the boogeyman? What is the boogeyman? What is the boogeyman, or what is a boogeyman? That's right, Misaki. A boogeyman is a scary figure that is in stories that was used to frighten children. That's right. And again, the word boogeyman comes from Scottish history, Gaelic history. Let me look that up here for you. So the word boogeyman bogle, the word bogle in Scottish meant a ghost. So bogle was the word ghost. Boogeyman meant like a scary creature, some kind of monster. Okay? So the word bogey, have you ever heard that word? That word bogey is also used in English sometimes. And it's a golf word too. So the word bogey means ghost, right? And in golf, a bogey is a kind of score. It's the number of strokes a good player is supposed to have for a hole, right? So if you score a bogey, if you play golf, you're supposed to hit the ball how many times to get it in? That is the bogey, right? That's the number of times you're supposed to hit it to get it in the ball, or to get it in the hole. God, I can't speak today. So, a bogey is a ghost. A boogeyman means a scary thing. But we use the word boogeyman for many things in English now. A boogeyman means anything that's scary, right? So maybe if you're talking about, let me think of a good example. You know, like in politics. In politics, they always try to create some kind of a boogeyman that you should be scared of, right? So in politics, part of what they do is they say, well, this person's going to get you, so you need me to protect you because of this boogeyman, right? So a boogeyman, we use that term very generally now. It means anything that's like a scary, anyone who's trying to scare you with something. That's a boogeyman, okay? All right, and there are a few more fun words. How about the word... Oh, this is a good one. Slogan. What is a slogan? Slogan. S-L-O-G-A-N. Slogan. What is a slogan? Hader, I asked you a question. What is a slogan? Yeah, Maya says it's a tagline. That's a good way to describe a slogan. A slogan is some words that your company uses, right? You know, so some famous slogans. Let me find some famous slogans for you. Like, just do it. Just do it is the slogan of what company? Nike, that's right. Or in America, there are many commercials on TV, and at the end of the commercial it says, "Got milk?" Got milk? That's the slogan for the dairy industry, the milk industry, the milk companies. What is the happiest place on earth? The happiest place on earth. Miguel says McDonald's. Not McDonald's, Miguel, no. The happiest place on earth. Disneyland. That's the happiest place on earth. That's their slogan. Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Nike, their slogan is just do it. De Beers. De Beers is a company, the Diamond Company, the De Beers Diamond Company. De Beers, their slogan is "A diamond is forever." A diamond is forever. MasterCard. MasterCard is a credit card company. Their slogan is, "There are some things that money can't buy." There are some things that money can't buy. Samsung, their slogan is "Do what you can't," although I didn't know that. Let's see. So these are all slogans, okay? These are all slogans. But where does the word slogan come from? Where does the word slogan come from? Slogan is a Scottish battle cry. So have you guys ever seen, like, maybe a movie like Braveheart? Did you guys ever see the movie Braveheart? That's right. We will deliver in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. Right. That's a slogan. Right. So in the movie Braveheart, Braveheart is a movie about Scottish history. It's actually, many people love that movie, but if you know anything about history, that is a terrible movie. It's all fake. Everything in that movie is not at all what really happened. Not close, not even close to what happened. But one thing that you can see if you watch the movie Braveheart, you will see the Scottish army, all of the clans, they come together. And when they're getting ready to fight, they would yell something. They would scream something. That was a slogan. So the word slogan originally the word slogan was a battle cry. It was something that you would scream before you would fight to try to make your enemy scared. Right? Like maybe all of them would yell together, "We're going to kill you." That would be their slogan, you know? So a slogan became a company phrase that represents the company. It's the company battle cry. It's the company battle cry. Okay? So yeah, that's an interesting term, right? The word slogan originally was a battle cry on the field while you were, getting ready to fight. But now the word slogan means words that represent your company. Words that represent your company. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting one, right? I think I have time for just one more. Let's see. What about the word whiskey? I've talked about this one before. But whiskey, what is whiskey? Whiskey is a kind of alcohol. That's right. Whiskey is a kind of alcohol. So a long time ago in Scotland, they used to call this Uisce Beatha. Uisce Beatha. And it meant water of life. Water of life. Uisce Beatha, water of life. Uisce Beatha, whiskey. So Uisce Beatha, water of life, became the word whiskey. Yeah, water of life. So why did they call it that, though? Like, why did they call it water of life? Hold on, I'll tell you. So in Scotland, do you know anything about the weather in Scotland? It's cold and wet. It's cold and wet and rainy. Yeah. Okay. So when you live in a place that's cold and wet and rainy, how does alcohol make you feel if you're cold and wet and rainy? It makes you feel warm. Yeah, it makes you feel warm. So, in Scotland, whiskey was called the water of life because it would make you feel warm. It would make you feel cold was dead. Being cold was death. So, warmth was life. So, if you drink this, it would make you feel warm, which makes you feel alive. So, Uskabetha means water of life. And that's where the word whiskey comes from. Priya is saying they can drink tea. Yes, of course they can drink tea, Priya, but it's history. It's history. We can't change history. It's already done. It's already done. You can't tell them, oh, but, you know, whiskey's not good for you. Okay? Why just alcohol? Because that's what they had, Priya. You have to learn about Scottish history. There was no tea there then. The Scottish didn't drink tea like that then. Okay? Tea was a British thing, not a Scottish thing. Okay? Tanya says, I guess it's because it was antiseptic. But actually, Tanya, I thought that was true also. But no, I did a lot more research into it. And there's actually no truth to they used to say that people drank alcohol more than they drank water because water was dangerous to drink because you didn't know if it could make you sick, right? So people would drink alcohol instead. But actually, that's not true. They did drink water. Even if it did make them sick, sometimes they drank it anyway. But they did know a little bit about the idea of clean water. They just didn't know about bacteria yet. No, I used to believe that too. There used to be a story that people would drink alcohol instead of water because it was cleaner. But most historians have now proven that to be true. Proven that to be false. I'm sorry. Proven that to be false. Not true. Okay? Yes, it's part of their culture. It's a very, very important part of their culture. Yeah, alcohol is an important part of many, many cultures in history. In history, alcohol played a very important role in a lot of history. Okay. Priya, you're missing the point, Priya. If this is not about whether tea is good or no. Priya, stop. Priya, whiskey is a traditional thing. It doesn't matter if it's not healthy. That's not the point. We are not talking about health. We are talking about history. Okay, Priya? There are many things in Indian history or culture that I probably could say are not healthy either, but you do them, and that's part of your tradition. Should I argue with you about it and tell you, no, you shouldn't do that because it's not good for you? No, it's part of your culture. It's part of your tradition. Don't argue about it. Accept it. Don't argue about it. Accept it. It's history. And you should try a whiskey sometime. It's pretty good. A good one, especially. Okay. All right. Okay, Priya, calm down. This is my class. If you want to learn, you can learn. If you want to argue, that's not what we're doing here. Okay? Katayan says, what is the most important thing about alcohol? Because I hear a lot about that. Katayan, alcohol is a thing. Okay? If you want to understand alcohol in history, that's a long story. That's a long story. Okay? Alcohol happened by accident. alcohol happened by accident. Do you know that? Bread also happened by accident. Yeah. Somebody, they had a bottle, maybe they had some fruit, and they had a bottle with some water in it, and they left this bottle with fruit and water in it. They forgot about it. They forgot all about this bottle with fruit and water, and they left it there, and it fermented, and it became alcohol, and they drank it, and they said, whoa, what happened? Wait a minute, this is not the same thing. That's alcohol. Okay? That's alcohol. All right, listen, everybody. It's about time for me to end this live stream because I have another one starting in about 30 minutes. But this live stream was about etymology. Etymology is interesting. I taught you about the word rob, and the word reeve, and the word bereaved, and the word retrieve, and the word trod and tread. All of those words come from Scottish history and the history of these border robbing families. And that's interesting. If you learn those words and you know these stories, you will not forget. Why were people bereaved? Bereaved means to feel sad because someone died. People were bereaved because people died when they tried to steal your things. You would fight, and sometimes people died. Okay? And to retrieve means to get things back, but that word comes from the word reeve. To reeve means to steal. To retrieve means to steal back. Okay? To retrieve means to steal back. Priya says, it's an amazing live stream, but I don't drink alcohol. And that's fine. You don't have to drink alcohol. I'm not telling you to drink alcohol, but I am telling you to respect other cultures that do. Priya, you don't have to like that culture, but you do have to respect it because it's their culture. Okay? It's their culture. Just like I respect your culture. Okay? I respect the fact that most Indians are vegetarian. I eat meat, but I respect that you don't. I'm not going to argue with you and tell you you should eat meat. It's really yummy. Okay? So accept that this is their culture and you have to respect it. You don't have to participate in it, but you do have to respect it. Okay? I don't think she means anything bad. I think that she just doesn't like alcohol. And you don't have to like alcohol. I'm not telling you to like alcohol. I am telling you that alcohol is part of the world. Alcohol is actually a very important part of human history. If you study alcohol in human history, it's very important. It's actually very important. I don't have time to explain to you, but you can go read about it if you want to. If you want to go read about it, you can. All right? Okay, so listen, everybody. I have to take a break, but I'll be back in about 20 or 25 minutes for my next live stream. And my next live stream, yes, I will have people on the stage to talk to me. And my next live stream, I'm going to do something new, and it's going to be really fun and interesting. So please come to my next live stream. Please come to my next live stream, okay? Yeah, that's it. Everybody, you got to remember here, everybody, part of what I'm doing is I'm teaching you English. Part of what I'm doing is I'm teaching you culture. That is part of what I'm doing. I'm teaching you about the cultures of the world. Okay? Why? Because I love the cultures of the world. I'm a human being, and I live on Earth, and I like all of the cultures here in some way. All right? Okay, everybody. Once again, I am going to take a break, but I'll be back in about 20, 25 minutes, and my next live stream is going to be really, really interesting. So please come and join, okay? I think it's going to be fun. All right? Make sure you follow, make sure you share. And if you want private lessons, you can go to my profile page and you can sign up for private lessons. I know it's expensive, but guess what? You only need to take one lesson with me. If you buy one lesson from me, just one, only one, buy one lesson, I will help you. I will tell you everything you need to do to improve your language in one lesson. One. Only one. You don't need 10. You don't need 100. You need one. Okay? Buy one, get one free. No, David, you get this free. This is your free. The other lessons is buy one. That's it. Go to my profile page and you can see all my lessons, okay? Go to my profile page and you can see all my lessons that are available. Okay, yes. Yes, Miguel, I am recording this and I will upload it to my YouTube. Okay? Okay, everybody, thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in about 20, 25 minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.